In this tutorial, we'll be drafting basic bodice pattern. So let's begin. From the baseline, we measure our 3-inch, 8-inch standard. Then we come down by 1 inch from the baseline to get our shoulder slope. So we connect it with a straight line. Then we come down by 8.5 inch for our chest line. We repeat the same thing at the center of the pattern. Then we connect into a straight line. Then we also measure our shoulder points on the chest line. Then we connect it to the baseline. Then from the nape of our neck, we measure the bust point, which is 11 inches. You measure yours. Then the under bust is 14 inches, while the waist is 17. We also repeat this same measurement at the center of our pattern. This is to ensure we have a perfect straight line. So once we are done marking, we connect all the dots into a straight line. Just follow all the lines gradually. Note, I'm using my own measurements. You have to use yours. My actual shoulder line is 8.5. Yours may be 7.5 or exact 8. Just use yours. So I'm labeling all the lines now. The chest line, the bust point, under bust, and our waist. Then from the shoulder line, we locate the midpoint to be able to draft our front armhole. Then from that point, you go in by ½ inch or 0.5. Then you connect with a straight ruler to meet the shoulder slope. Then we use our curve ruler to connect from the chest line to meet the midpoint. So we are done drafting our front armhole. Then the nipple to nipple measurement, I'm using 4.5. You measure yours and input it. Then we connect it with a straight line. This is for us to draft our darts. So once we are done connecting, you go in by ½ inch on both sides on the waistline. Then you connect this to the bust point, but you have to come down by 1 inch so that you can have a perfect blend. So we will connect all the dots together to achieve our darts. Then from the waistline, we connect straight into the hip line or the length of your top. So we are done connecting now. Then we need to take our neck depth. So we go down by 3 inch. Then we connect that 3 inch to our previous 3 inches to have a perfect round neck. Then we measure our chest line, which is 11 inches. You will measure yours too. Then our waist is 9 inches plus the 1 inch dart, making 10 inches. So we input it there. Then our hip is 11.5. We also note that. Then we now connect all the dots. So from the chest line to the waistline, we use our straight ruler. Then from the waist to the hip, we use a curve ruler to connect it. We will be drafting the back pattern now. We will begin all our measurements immediately after the zipper allowance. So we measure our 3-inch, 8-inch standard. Then we measure our chest line, which is 8.5. Then the bust point is 11 inches. The reason we are inputting the chest point is for us to be able to note our dart placement. Then the waistline is 16 and the length of our blouse. We repeat the same measurement at the center of the pattern. Our front waist is 17 while the back waist is 16 inches. So the difference between the two will be taken care of in our next video. So once we are done noting the dots, we connect it into a straight line. You just follow the process gradually. So for the chest line, for the bust point, we'll be putting a break lines. Then we also connect the waistline into a straight line. Then we input our chest line, which is 8.5. So we also repeat this at the baseline. Then we connect into a straight line. Then we come down by ½ inch from the 8 points to take our shoulder slope. Then we now input our nipple to nipple measurements. Note, it is half of our nipple measurement that we are putting here. So mine is 4.5, so you put yours. Then once we are done doing that, we connect into a straight line. Then we come to our shoulder to take our armhole. So we note the midpoint. Then from that midpoint, we curve it into our chest line with our armhole curve. You can see I'm taking my time so that we can understand very well. That's why I'm doing this. So once we are done doing that, we come down by 1 inch for the neck depth. Then we connect this into the 3-inch neckline width. Then thereafter, we input our darts. So you go in by ½ inch on both sides from the waistline. So we now connect this to meet the bust points. So just connect all the points gradually. Make sure you place your ruler very well so that you can have an accurate measurement. Then you connect it straight into the hip line. Sorry, the camera didn't capture the hip line, but I believe you understand. So just connect to your hip line directly. Then we input our horizontal measurements now. Our bust is 11 inches, so we note it there. Then our waist is 9 inches, then plus 1 inch that, making 10 inches. We also note that. While our hip measurement is 11.5, so you input yours. Then we connect the dots. From the chest line to the waistline, we connect with our straight ruler. Then from our waistline to the hip line, we connect with a curved ruler. Just make sure you place the ruler properly. Then you connect it straight down to the hip line. So we are done drafting the back patterns, front and back pattern. Like I said earlier, there is a difference of 1 inch between the front and the back pattern. Let's confirm this now. you can see we have 8.5 inch in the front, and at the back we have 7.5 inch, indicating that we have 1 inch difference. So for us to eliminate this, we come to our bust point and come down by 1 inch. Then we connect it to the dart leg at the bust point. So that means that part is going off. That's why I'm striking it out now. So what we are going to do now is to slit it open. Then we cover it up to meet the bust points. So now we have the same thing on both sides. You can see the bust push is already showing already. So you can see the two are equal now. So we are done with the bust alteration. Let's go to the back pattern. To eliminate zip bulge, we need to come in by ½ inch from the waistline on the back pattern. Then we go to our chest line and come down by 1 inch. Then we also come up by 1 inch from the hip line. This is for us to have an easy blending. So from the chest line now we connect to the waistline. Then we connect to the hip line. So for us to eliminate this, we need to take it out from our zipper allowance. So we go in by ½ inch from the zipper allowance. Then we connect to the hip line and the chest line respectively. Then once we are done doing that, we now cut it out. So we just follow the lines and cut gradually. So by the time we measure our zipper allowance, we are still having exact 1 inch zipper allowance, just that the back is no longer straight. And if you look at it, our back is not straight as well. So you can see our back pattern is ready. By the time we check the two, you can see the two are equal. Thank you so much for watching.